Goodbye, my half-brother.
Goodbye. How's it going, everyone? Doc here with Eyes Wide Shot Gaming, and today we are going to do a video on the best meta to survive in every single difficulty against Terminids and HellDivers 2. If you enjoy this video and want to see more content on HellDivers 2, as well as many other games, join us today and help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Before we begin, I want to make it clear, this meta is something I use and has been very good to me over the course of 170 hours of game time. I am not saying that this is the end-all setup via stratagems and gear, nor should anyone be kicked from a session because they decided to run something different. But this has helped me achieve a consistent streak of success without sweating, huffing, and puffing. For every Terminid mission I run, I have pretty much the same setup I always use. Let's dive in. We begin with our weaponry. The current primary rifle I use is the LAS-16 Sickle. Overall great damage at 55, complemented only by the solid fire rate of 750. The main reason for this weapon is it never runs out of ammo, as long as you don't overheat it. This rifle keeps us comfortably in the fight without needing to resupply every chance we get. Let's move on over to our secondary. Here we have the P19 Redeemer. This pistol has an extremely high rate of fire and high damage, which is useful in those situations where you don't want to overheat your primary, so you whip out the secondary to finish off the enemies. Finally, we get to the grenade. I keep it simple with this. We run the G16 Impact. The damage is 400 with no fuse time. I don't see a purpose to running any other grenade, especially one with a fuse time. Why wait for the climax? Let's take a look at the armory and see what we have there. For our armor, the CE-74 Breaker. This is a light armor which reduces a recoil when crouched or prone by 30%, as well as increases our initial inventory and holding capacity of grenades by 2. This armor allows us to be very, very agile and cover a lot of ground when moving either from nest to nest or mission objective to mission objective. The extra 2 grenades are handy, allowing us to close up nest holes very quickly without any worry. The helmet and cape are both cosmetic only, but I try to have some sort of matching going, so I used a CE-74 Breaker helmet paired with the brand new Fallen Heroes Vengeance cape. Now that we've covered our gear, let's see what we choose for the booster. As I've said before, being able to cover a lot of ground on the field quickly is vital, allowing us to have plenty of time to find everything from samples to super credits. So my go-to booster is always the Stamina Enhancement. This booster increases all HellDiver stamina capacity and recovery, letting us get back to a full sprint faster and for a longer period of time. If we are not playing solo and already have this booster equipped, I do opt for either the Hellpod Space Optimization booster or the Vitality Enhancement booster. Having armor, weapons, and a booster that synergize well is important, but we can't forget the stratagems. We go on over to the Patriotic Administration Center and choose the Eagle 500 kg bomb. If fully maxed out, you get 2 uses and an 8-second cooldown time between them. This stratagem will release the sun on anything it falls on. Our next stratagem comes from the Orbital Cannons department. Of course, we are talking about the Orbital Rail Cannon Strike. This will help you keep the Chargers comatose and the Bile Titans thinking twice about coming after you. Having aggressively offensive stratagems is great, but we still need to remember it's not just Chargers and Bile Titans on the field. The Hunters, Warriors, Bile Spitters, and many others still litter the planet and manage to sometimes surround you. Before you think about self-sacrificing with a grenade drop or 500 kg bomb, let's equip the SH-32 Shield Generator Pack. This will keep our stims full and our health untouched when engaging those little Terminids in swarms. Our last stratagem is the Arc Thrower. Yes, it was altered in the most recent patch, but shooting out electricity that arcs to other enemies every second, without ever running out of ammo, still works flawlessly. If you're afraid of killing your teammates with this stratagem, then you can always step down to the Stalwart. allowing you to empty out a large magazine into the swarm and reload while running. Overall, this build lets us run and gun to our heart's content, and the only time we even consider using a resupply is if we are out of grenades. We have 2 weapons, both that never run out of ammo, and grenades that detonate on impact. What more can we ask for? Now you may be wondering, does this build work against automatons as well? Yes, it does. But to be safe, I would swap the arc thrower to perhaps a grenade launcher or anti-tank rockets. I hope this build video helps those who are struggling to solo missions, or gives HellDivers that leg up in surviving with your team. And as always, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and until next time, so long.